Welcome to the first Brussels update of 2025. And this one will be slightly different from the ones you have seen in 2024, because we have asked quite a few Brussels stakeholders what their thoughts and goals are for 2025.
First of all, I would like to wish everybody a very good and healthy start of the year 2025. The maritime industry is a key component for our security, safety, etc. And that this competitive is needed to maintain our position. And we will focus on our level playing field, the clean industry deal, but especially competitiveness and security are high on our agenda together with EU Clean Deal.
Well, after 2024, the year of ETS, we're going now to 2025, the year of FuelEU. And our goal is to facilitate the compliance with this regulation in the most effective and cost-conscious manner. That means investigating options for mixing in our own biofuels that should be available, or pooling with other companies. And I think this will be the main point of 2025.
Well, 2025 is going to be a very interesting year for the maritime sector. We're expecting a lot of initiative from the European Commission. As the Netherlands, we really want to cooperate with the sector as well to actively position ourselves in these interesting discussions, because only together we can make a difference in ensuring a future-proof and an innovative maritime industry.
So, first of all, I am very excited to collaborate with the European Council here behind me, and we will see two maritime-oriented presidencies, first the Polish and after the Danish. And besides that, I'm also very excited to work together with the stakeholders here in Brussels and to expand our network and to shake many hands and together with these people make shipping more sustainable, safer and more competitive. And in addition to that, I also hope for a fast recovery for my arm.
The European Commission is committed to reinforce competitiveness of the European industry, including ports and maritime sector. And let's do not forget the IMO, important IMO year, critical for adopting ambitious midterm measures. And I urge all of you to work together to achieve success. So I'm confident that more to come in this year to decarbonize the sector. And I wish you all a happy new year and with your loved ones.
In 2025, I hope that we will succeed in framing some positive and forward-looking and hopeful messages about what the EU means to people in the Netherlands, so that we have a basis for the outreach that we're going to do.
Well, what we see is that the new Commission has a very different agenda from the previous Commission, and that's very good. Four key words are competitiveness, security, administrative burdens and clean industrial deal. Competitiveness is essential for European industry to stay competitive in the world. Security is the key word for the Polish presidency, and it's evident with the international situation how important it is. Administrative burdens are very important because recent legislation has caused much too much administrative burdens, and we have to reduce it. And then the Clean Industrial Deal is in fact the policy that must make the Green Deal possible.
Looking back at 2024 and ahead to 2025, our sector has become increasingly important for Europe's security, whether on economic grounds, energy or other forms of security. My goal for 2025 is that we keep working together with the EU institutions, the stakeholders here in Brussels and the rest of the maritime sector to further strengthen both the Dutch and European shipping sectors.
Maybe I have mainly two goals. The first goal is to raise the awareness of the society in general of the importance of the maritime sector, because I think many people don't know it, how important it is. And second is to look for a better cooperation, not only within the Commission, but as well between the countries, between the ports and so on, because we have a lot of challenges ahead of us, climate change and greening and decarbonization resilience. And we can only achieve really reaching these goals if we work together in a very good manner.
For 2025, what's very important for us as a towage sector is to harness the cooperation with other maritime stakeholders to ensure the competitiveness and sustainability of the maritime sector in general, but also of the towage industry.
2025 is upon us, and it's a monumental year for shipping because it's the first time ever that ships will be required to switch away from fossil fuels. What is now needed is an industrial strategy in Europe to produce and make available green fuels for the shipping industry. And in doing so, our goal at 𝗃cie is to make sure that the needs of not only the big ships, but also those that are smaller than 5,000 gross tonnage are taken into account, because these ships play an important role in European coastal trade and their decarbonization is a high priority.
For us, it's extremely important that we have a good set of instrumentation from the IMO, the 2025 instrumentation, which is well established also by the EU perspective, and to monitor it throughout the year, the technology, but also the emission developments in the EU, so that we can know what happens and move ahead based upon facts instead of fiction towards a clean and sustainable future.
The EU can support us with several initiatives, such as EU policies for crew welfare, think about work and rest hour regulations, access to healthcare, and mental health support. The EU can also promote diversity and inclusion within crewing to ensure that the workforce remains dynamic, adaptable and psychologically safe for everyone. Additionally, the EU can continue to invest in training and development programs. Think about digitalization, cybersecurity or sustainability. And finally, a greater harmonization of regulations across the member states. For example, the minimum wage law. Let's make 2025 a year of growth, and to everybody on board, safe sailings.
So for 2025, we think that with the new incoming Commission, it's an opportunity to look at how we can increase financing to the European economy. Actually, the Draghi report already made some very concrete recommendations, and what we hope is that as a banking sector we can be a strategic partner in dealing with some of the geopolitical challenges. We believe we can do this by increasing capital market funding in the EU, so by improving the capital markets regulations, as well as by increasing bank lending and enhancing that.
We now have a dedicated research initiative at European level for the sector, which is a strategic recognition of the importance of the sector. Let's use 2025 to secure a next research initiative in the importance of certainly sustainable competitiveness. And I think the way to achieve it is how we do it already by now, cooperation between all actors in the European waterborne sector.
I would say there are two big goals for 2025. The first is to show and share what the shipping sector contributes to Europe's society. And we need to do that with best practices and concrete examples. And the second one is to continue the talks and dialogues we have with our current Brussels relations and the new ones that will come in 2025. And for that we have two great events in the first quarter already. The Waterborne Days in February and the European Shipping Summit in March 2025.